My name is Michael Mastro, and this is Transformational Vedic Astrology. We're going to look at the chart for Paramahansa Yogananda, born January 5th, 1883 at 2038 in India. And if you look to the eastern horizon when we were born, you see the constellation associated with Leo rising at 8 degrees. Any planet within 5 degrees of 8 degrees, like Moon, has a lot of impact in his chart. So first we're going to look and see how the planets are operating. This is, again, sidereal zodiac, Vedic astrology. And so we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, when the planets are operating, because not everything happens at all at once, and what we could do to improve the chart or fix the chart. Now, first, we look to see where the multicona signs are. Multicona signs are 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11. Many planets rule two signs, like Mercury rules Libra, and it also rules Gemini, but it's most closely associated with Libra. So Libra becomes the multicona sign. So again, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 11 are multicona signs. So we see the sixth sign of Virgo in the second house. So he's working on this is wealth and recognition and continuation of the family bond. And then you see the seventh sign of Libra in the third house. So he's working on communication and healing and business. And he's working on, in the fifth house, we see Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. He's working on mantras and educating other people. He's working on comforts living abroad, the seventh house, partnerships, relationships. He's working on good fortune and teaching and spiritual teachers. The ninth house, Aries is in the ninth house, ruled by Mars. Then we have Moon ruling Cancer in the 12th house, so enlightenment, spiritual growth through letting go of attachments. So here, let's go through the planets. Sun is at 22 degrees. It rules this first house of life purpose, gives life purpose, and it's in the house of teaching. So it gives life purpose through teaching others. Gave a good supportive spiritual parents, a lot of support from governments around the world, and also yes, so those are the main things about Sun. Moon is in the is at 8 degrees, which is close to the most effective point. Now it's ruling this 8th house. So any multicona sign you see in the 6th, 8th, or 12th, the challenging houses, becomes functional malefic. So here, Cancer, ruled by Moon, Moon becomes functional malefic. So Moon gives spiritual growth through letting go of attachments. And it's placed in the 8th house, the 4th house of happiness through home life. And Moon is, teaching. Moon is the public, so teaching the spiritual knowledge to the public. It limits the family. He had no, wife or children, and his mom passed away at an early age. So Moon is malefic, has those effects. Mars is 15 degrees, gave him great ambition to teach and courage to start a movement, spiritual movement. And let's see what else. It's in this house of knowledge. So spirit, ambition to teach, good fortune through teaching, and spiritual knowledge. Mercury's at 4 degrees, close to the most effective point. It is ruling the house of wealth and recognition and family. So it's placed in this house of debts and conflict, but also health and healing. So he gained recognition through being healing the masses, healing the public, service to this is the house of service, healing through the service of healing others. Jupiter is at 1 degree. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees, like Mercury, it's 4, and any planet that's more than 25 degrees becomes old age or adolescent or young age, and it becomes weak, cannot promote or its own signification. So Jupiter is very weak. It is ruling the house of mantras and teaching. It's placed in the house of income, so it gives you income, friendships through teaching spiritual knowledge. Venus, his strongest planet, it is ruling his house of success through performing arts, healing arts. So he published books also. Mercury also was about publishing in this house, healing books, spiritual books. Rahu here also gives desire for teaching, healing, and knowledge, and Vedic knowledge basically. Saturn is at 4 degrees, slightly weak, in the house of good fortune, ruling the house of partnerships and comforts living abroad. So he spent a good time of his life living abroad in the U.S. in Encinitas, where I live, or near where I live. But basically, service. Saturn's about service. It's leader of the masses. Teaching in foreign lands. So then Rahu is, and Moon also gives that ability to teach in foreign lands. Rahu and Ketu give the desire for success and for healing others, and Ketu gives insights into spiritual knowledge. And let's see here. What can we do to remedy the chart? Oh, let's look at the timing of events. So he was born in Saturn period. So his life is all about service. And he, in 1915, he had met his guru during a Ketu spiritual period. He moved to the USA in, and started a movement in 1925, and all of that was also, I think, during K2 period. He published Autobiography of Yoga, which is his most famous book, in 36 during a Venus period. Venus is fine arts. And then he passed away in 45. He published a book actually during a moon period. Moon is a spiritual book. And then he passed away in 1952 during a moon Mercury period. So moon is enlightenment and letting go of the body for spiritual experience. So he's said to drop the body and pass into God consciousness in that period of time. If we were to look at his transit chart during that time, we can see that 1952, Rahu and Ketu were close to the most effective point, 7 degrees in the transit chart, which is close to the rising sign degree, which is 8 degrees. That means they afflict 6 out of his 12 houses. And we can see Moon ruling this house of end of life, spiritual growth through letting go of the body, in transiting its own house. So, and it was during a moon period and a K2 period. So what could we do to strengthen the chart? Well, he was pretty much doing everything that he needed to do to strengthen the chart. So Rahu, Ketu, and Moon need to be transformed, not strengthened. That means you don't wear a pearl. We don't want to strengthen malefics. but you do chants and charities to transform those planets. And he was doing all that chanting and helping people all his life. So he was doing that. Then you want to strengthen Venus. You could wear a diamond. Sun, you could wear a ruby. Mercury, you could wear an emerald. Saturn, you could wear a blue sapphire. Or you could wear a locket containing the Devata yantras for those planets, which is the most economical, practical way to strengthen those planets. So, thank you for listening. My name again is Michael Mastro. This is Transformational Vedic Astrology. If you would like to get a reading, you can go to www.vastucreations.com, or if you want to learn or get certified as an astrologer, you can go to American Institute of Vastu.com. Thank you so much for listening.